Hi there, everyone. This is Sorcerer Zero, and you are listening to Beery Good Entertainment number 9. This is our political show, and today we are talking about respect and chivalry. I am attempting to stop the YouTube.
No, it happened to me too.
I
Like,
am joined with my really good friend Lola Laracy. Hi Lola, how you doing?
I put my 9 point whatever percent ABV beer away, so I only drank half, and now I'm going to do Bailey's and La Croix.
Oh, lovely. Now I still have quite an amount of my 14% beer left, but I just can't stand it. I have to start something new.
What is that?
Here you go. Let me white box myself.
Sob? S-O-B?
Oh, son of a Baptist.
Nice. I love that. I have never heard of that.
Yes.
Made
Epic Brewing. How cool a name is that? Epic Brewing.
It's epic.
Epic Brewing says son of a Baptist coffee stout with cocoa nibs made with real local coffee.
That looks awesome. So I'm guessing that's an Oregon thing, huh?
I don't know. I have no idea where Epic Brewing is.
Oh.
I actually have no idea where Epic Brewing is.
Let's do a proper shout out. Epic Brewing. It's from Epic, Oregon. No, just kidding.
Epic, Oregon. We have Boring, Oregon. Is it in Utah?
It's Utah.
I think it's one of the very few breweries that I've heard from Utah.
I was gonna say. I mean,
I got this. I got this at Corvallis Brewing Supply. It was only $2 a can, which is pretty reasonable.
Nice. Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty good.
So for a 6-pack, it'd be what, $12.
Yeah, that's a bit much for a 6-pack.
A bit much for a 6-pack, but it's okay for a single can.
Yeah, especially if you're trying it, if you've never had it before.
And because I'm running into a little bit of a glass hole problem here.
Glass hole.
I have a 14% in this, and I have a cold toddy in this.
Nice.
So I'm running out of glassware. I'm going to have to use my wine glass.
Oh no!
It still has a nice open stick, so I should be able to smell it.
It doesn't look any different than what I have. It just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It looks the same. Nice coffee stout.
Oh, you can smell the coffee from the can.
Oh, good. Nice.
Oh, white boxing. Here we go.
Definitely white boxing.
For those of you listening to the podcast, we're recording on YouTube. So if you want to watch this beer, feel free to go to YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook under Sorcerer Zero. Where can they find you, Lola?
Twitter at Lola Laracy. Laricy, and also Google Plus, and that's pretty much it. Those are my homes. Oh, that looks very nice. Very
dark. Now I think I poured quite a bit of this, a little bit more than I meant to.
Okay. It's hard to tell
because I'm actually I share all these beers with the wonderful person in my life,
your partner in life and in crime.
Partner life in crime, and he is also the one that helps make the podcast happen, Shadeen. Also known as Coreltis.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a nice. Now you can see the color of the head on that. Yeah.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Very dark.
See. Very coffee. Very, very coffee.
Good. So we both got coffee tonight. Nice.
Okay.
So we're going to be hyper and drunk. Hyper drunk.
Oh my God. I wish I had like 3 more cans of this.
Oh, you need to go get more.
Dude, this is like, okay, so the cocoa nibs are a little, I won't say understated, but backstated. They're in the back. They're present, but they're in the back. They're a supporting player.
Okay, I could see that.
This is like somebody carbonated a cup of coffee and threw just a little bit of chocolate into it.
Cool.
And cooled it off and put it in my glass.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It is. It's if you like coffee, Son of a
Yes,
Baptist
I do.
is totally for you. Man, if I can find this again, I am totally going to send this because it is really good.
Now I wish it were like Friday or Saturday so I could wake up in the morning and drink something like that.
Oh yeah. This is definitely a really good. Well, I don't know. I think this is a fairly high alcohol beer, but I mean, some people like to wake up on a Friday or Saturday and they don't. Yeah, it's 8%.
Oh, well, if you're not going anywhere, that's what I'm
if you're not going
talking
anywhere,
about.
have a nice big fat bacon, eggs, toast, hash browns smothered in gravy, and a nice 8% Son of a Baptist beer.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And then you're on your recliner and you're telling Jeeves, more coffee stout, Jeeves.
You son of a Baptist. Get me more.
You son of a Baptist. I have reclept. I have been here waiting for 10 minutes. My fire is dwindling, figuratively and like literally. Speaking of coffee and breakfast, I saw an article today. This is a thing. Japan has coffee butter.
Coffee butter. I think I saw the link to that, but I didn't actually get to look at it. That sounds both good and disgusting at the same time.
It's like it could be a wonderful idea or it could be too much.
Yeah, because some types of coffee go really overboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are other types of coffee, like this Son of a Baptist, which are really just, they're so tasty. They're, it's just, you just want to keep putting it in your face. Put it in my face hole.
I know. I'm like, I just want to lick it and stuff it in there. I just want to motorboat it. That's what I want to do. I want to motorboat it.
Oh my goodness. But that's, oh my God, that leads right into our discussion.
Motorboating coffee.
Well, motorboating in general. Not everybody, believe it or not everybody knows what motorboating is. Do not look it up on the internet. If you're like 75 years old, just don't look it up on the internet. You will not.
Or don't look at images. Don't look at images. Don't look at videos. Just stick to text. Don't look at the videos.
Understand that it's like it's a sound you make when you put your face against something up.
And some people like to do it.
It's very enjoyable in a sexual fashion for many people, and then for others, it's super disrespectful.
To me, it's disrespectful if someone's being an ass and they're talking about motorboating someone they don't know who has no interest in them, and they're just being a dick-ass jacktard. That's when it's disrespectful. Now, when it's someone you are actively engaged with and they want to do it, all right, let's go for it. I may actually do it back, So it depends on the context. So much to me depends on the context.
That's very true. How about comedians?
Well, once again, it depends because you could have a lesbian comedian who talks about it, and that doesn't offend me. So what's the difference between that and a male comedian doing it? I don't know. It just really depends on the context. I mean,
I think maybe if they're only talking about motorboating as a way to illustrate a woman's physical attributes without any other consideration for what a woman is, that's disrespectful.
Yes.
Like, talking about walking into a club and like, oh my God, she's got, the women. The women have these giant tits. You just want to on.
Oh, look at her. I just want to boo. Never mind that she's a jerk or, she doesn't even know you exist.
That totally disrespectful. You're just being an asshole. Man,
Right.
woman, transsexual, transgender. If that's all you're talking about, you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're just a shallow person. And when you think about it, now that you said it, in a comedy aspect, in like a stand-up comedy aspect, there really is no legitimate way to talk about that, because in the sexual context that we were talking about, where you're complicit in it, you're enjoying it, that's private. That's not something a stand-up comedian would talk about. So,
well, I think George Carlin talked about
okay.
it.
All right.
But George Carlin was 100% in your face, offensive all the time to make the point of what was offensive.
Yeah. He wanted you to know this is offensive. He wanted you to be aware that it existed.
Exactly. He was so offensive because he wanted you to know it was out there and this is the way it goes. And just flat out, I'm being an asshole because you're being an asshole.
Yeah, I can see that. And that's a bit of subtlety that some people, it's a fine line, because we appreciate that, that's more of a parody type thing. So we can appreciate that he was being offensive while not really being offensive.
Yeah.
We can kind of see that subtlety, but some people may not. They may just straight up say he's a jackass and he was being offensive. That's how they feel. That's how he made them feel. So
yeah. And it's not just, I don't think it's just about our boobs, because as a woman, I actually think that my boobs are great. I enjoy being a woman, and I think that having boobs are a pretty bloody good thing for me as a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, all boobs are different.
That is true.
But I don't want to be known just for my boobs.
No, I don't think anyone does.
I mean, I'm a little over 40. My boobs are not as perky as they used to be.
I point to Australia. They know where the shrimp on the Barbie is, and they know where it's summer. They point down.
They could dig to China on their own.
They certainly could just put some drill bits on them. And see, we can make fun of our own breasts because they're our breast. Nobody else can do that. Not unless they know us and we have that kind of relationship.
Or you are the very nice person who is examining my breasts for cancer and makes silly noises while the horrendous machine squishes my boobies into pancakes. If you're making hilarious noises, I'm going to love you.
And that's okay, because that is a very uncomfortable position to be in. I have been in that position every year for the last 5 years. I know what it's like.
Really?
It's very awkward.
I've only done it once. And I was so nervous the first time I walked in to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the technician was a guy. I actually did ask for a guy because I felt more comfortable than having a woman touch my body.
Okay.
But as the machine starts moving down, he goes, and I just burst into laughter. It was so funny. And he was like, that's what I wanted to hear. He said, but you actually do have to stop laughing so I can take the picture. But
I was going to say, it's funny until you accidentally rip your breast. You're like, oh, I ripped it. Oh, damn. Can you put it back? Put it back together, please. That's one of my big fears, because they've got it in there so tight, and you're like, oh, and like you stop breathing because you don't want to let out a breath, because that'll just make it too tight and it'll break. And it's like, you can't squish it anymore.
But still, making you feel comfortable. That's wonderful. That is okay. Awesome. Is that respectful or is that chivalrous?
Well, I wouldn't call it chivalrous, because to me, well, okay, I What is the exact definition of chivalrous?
Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay.
Definition of chivalry or chivalrous?
I guess chivalrous. I'll do chivalry. You do chivalrous. Chivalry. You. Oh, it's specifically the middle-aged knights. Bravery, military skill, generosity, and victory, piety, and courtesy to women. So really, it's just courtesy, which is the way I look at it. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Let's make sure it's not me. Can Che hear you? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. So, am I still? Oh, I'm still alive. Hello. I finished the half of my coffee beer, and I have a La Croix here, which is just sort of like a soda. What do you call it? Soda. What do you call that? Well, it's just clear soda with coconut. But the problem is, I have the strong coffee taste in my mouth, and I'm afraid it won't mix well with the Baileys and the La Croix. Nope. 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 Can Che hear you on YouTube? I mean, are we sure it's not just me? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Anyways, so I've got the coating in my mouth and I don't have anything here. I don't want to go into the kitchen again. I don't have anything here to really kind of take the taste away, like some crackers or something. And I don't want to ruin the Baileys and La Croix if I have a different taste in my mouth. But this will probably wash. What I could do is I could take a sip of the La Croix and then put it with the Baileys and then see. Okay, I'm going to do that. That'll kind of get rid of a little bit of the coffee taste, which was good. Don't get me wrong. It's just not what I want for this. Now I'm going to drink Bailey's, and it has a little bit of rum in it too. I put some rum and La Croix. This is La Croix. It's natural. It has 0 calories, no Splenda, none of that stuff. It's kind of bland on its own. But what I've been doing is I've been taking liqueur, sometimes Bailey, sometimes another, and I pour it in. It makes this weird foam. And the weird thing about the foam is only really good for about 30 seconds, and then it turns kind of spongy and weird. But I'll still drink it. I've been doing this a lot because I'm trying to lose weight. So I figured this is 0 calories, and I looked up Bailey's. Bailey's, I think, is probably only maybe 30 calories for this. So I can get a whole drink for 30 calories. So I figured if I could do that more instead of, as much as I love beer, instead of 1,000-calorie beers, maybe I might make some leeway with actually losing some weight. So we'll see. I don't know. So I'm going to pour. Oops. Oh, I just poured this all over my keyboard because that's what I do. Luckily, I have Dunkin' Donuts napkins left over from when I went to Dunkin' Donuts for dinner. because I go to Dunkin' Donuts for dinner because that's what I do. I love Dunkin' Donuts. So let's try this again. All right. And I've got my butterbeer glass that I got from Universal Studios, Harry Potter.
I did check your YouTube channel as well, just to make sure it's
Okay.
I hear you.
Well, it's still live.
It's still live. I've been talking about Bailey's.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
I pour my Bailey's and La Croix.
Oh,
Nice. In my butterbeer glass.
I can't wait to try to make that again.
Oh, so good.
Well,
And it's not many calories.
technical difficulties fixed.
It happens to all of us. It happens.
Alrighty. Now I'm going to bring up my... All right. And the discussion was just getting good, too.
I know. We were getting into it. Well, we'll get into it again.
Okay. So, my definition of chivalrous, courteous and gallant, especially toward women. Gallant, gentlemanly, honorable, respectful, considerate.
Right.
How about you? What did you get for chivalry?
Some of the ideal qualifications of a knight: courtesy, generosity, valor, dexterity, rules and customs of medieval knighthood, gallant warriors or gentlemen, and fair ladies and noble chivalry. I don't really quite know what they mean by that, but basically just being respectful, like you said.
Well, respectful. Well, there's respectful.
Yeah.
Well,